Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more Let's Play PilotWings 64. Last time we started the Class A hang glider missions. I got through the first one with a pretty good score, and now I have to do the second one, Chicken Dive. Fly through as many rings as you can, then land on the landing point. Now, this mission can actually be pretty difficult, and you really have to choose the right character for this mission. I really don't recommend using a heavy character for this, because you have to do a very quick downward move right here. And a heavy character, you're not going to be able to get them very situated with the order of the rings, and you have a pretty good chance of missing one. I unfortunately missed a ring too, but that was because I was being stupid. At the very end of the rings, you want to quickly ascend and go to the left and not hit the wall. I guess that's the first crash of the playthrough. Oh well, no big deal, I guess. Let's watch a replay of it. Oh, I kind of messed that up. Well, I guess we'll just try that again. And apparently that very low score was enough to get a bronze badge, so I have to quickly redo this and turn that into a gold badge. I'll just go back to it. And if you start the test over, you don't have to do the first one again. You can just go to the second one. You can really do them in any order. I'll just be doing them in the order you're supposed to do them. Okay, so let's try this again. I actually got a better start this time, so I might actually be able to get them all. I guess the real key to this mission is you want to actually ascend right before you get to the last ring. Not as early as I did, because I actually just missed the last ring. And then, yeah, just approach the target. Not really hard to approach the target, just make sure you slow down a little bit. And then do what you usually do, and you should get a pretty good score. That was actually a pretty bad landing impact, though. I'm probably going to get a few points deducted from that. And yeah, I also lost 6 points from the rings. I believe if you miss a red ring, you actually lose more points than if you would miss a yellow ring. I think red rings are worth 6 and yellow ones are worth only 2. Oh well, that still gave me a score of 91, and that should be good enough for a gold badge, so let's go ahead and get our gold badge. Once again, I can't put enough emphasis on this. I'm not going for a perfect playthrough, so do not ask me if I am. And let us start the Class A Rocket Belt missions. First we have Metropolis Dance, fly through the 9 rings, then land at a landing point. You must fly through all 9 rings to get perfect time points. Or get any time points, rather. And you have to do this before 1:30. So, that is going to be our time goal, so to speak. So yeah, all you have to do is fly through the rings. Not very hard to do. This ring right here is actually moving in a circle, so you have to be kind of cautious when you're trying to get it. Or not really cautious, but you have to actually make sure you're lined up properly with the ring. There's also 3 rings over here near the targets. It might actually be better to get them last, but I'm going to go ahead and get them now. The time limit is honestly not that hard to beat. And you even have some horizontal rings too that you have to, you know, descend into, or, you know, ascend into if you're below them. There's also a ring on top of the tallest building, and there's also another ring kind of lodged in between the buildings in the middle, so you have to be very careful when you're trying to get that one. And this one actually spins around too. And we have one more. I think it's under the bridge, but I'm apparently in the wrong location. Okay, yeah, it's over here. It's going to be close for the time points. If I do lose any, it's not going to be very much. But I might be able to make it just in time. Oh, come on. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I don't know. I don't know. I might have lost 1. Yep, I lost 1 time point. Just because I barely went over the 1:30 time limit. I'm actually kind of surprised that was a perfect landing, though. I thought they would have, you know, taken at least one away from my accuracy as well. Okay, next up we have Touch and Go. Land on each floating pad in order, then land on the landing point. You must touch every pad to receive time points. And to get perfect time points, you have to beat this in under 2 minutes. So, it's really not a hard time goal to meet. They're actually fairly generous with the time in this mission. But yeah, basically just land on all the targets, and then after you land on all of them, land on the main target at the very end of the course. Really, 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 really not that hard to do. And also, if you couldn't tell, you actually start the mission with very little fuel. But each time you land on a landing pad, you actually gain fuel, so you should never really have to worry about running out of it. Obviously, if you run out of fuel, you can't actually move. It works the same way for the Gyrocopter as well. Also, something you should look out for is whenever you're landing on one of the pads, make sure you land very, very softly, because if you don't, you can actually really easily get a 2-point deduction. So just, yeah, make sure you land carefully. Carefully and softly. That is the way to use the rocket belt. Okay, so we got all the targets. Let's actually make the landing on the main target. I should be able to get a perfect score here, assuming I don't mess up this landing. Okay, no, this should be pretty good. What? Okay, I somehow lost 2 points for landing impact. I don't really understand why. That was a pretty good landing. Oh well. It's still a gold badge, that's what I'm playing for. Still though, I thought that was a pretty good landing. I don't know about you guys. Oh well, let's just move on to the Gyrocopter. I'll go ahead and use Ibis for this mission. Or this class, rather. Okay, first we have sky maneuvers. Fly through as many rings as possible, then land on the runway. We've done several missions like this already, so I shouldn't have to explain very much here. One thing I will say about the Gyrocopter is, a lot of people actually make this mistake whenever they use the Gyrocopter, but they always tend to hold the A button whenever they do these missions. Honestly, you don't want to hold on to the A button because, yeah, you will go faster if you hold on to it, but if you do, you'll run out of fuel much easier, and also when you're making turns like this, sometimes you won't exactly turn right away, and you can easily miss rings like that, so I definitely don't recommend holding the A button the entire time. I would definitely hold it whenever you're doing like a straightaway or something, but just don't hold it at all times. So like if you're doing a mission like this and you see that a ring is actually like immediately to the left of another ring, you're going to want to let go of the A button so you can actually make the turn, and then maybe speed up once you get properly aligned with it. But yeah, definitely don't hold it the whole way. You will need to hold it at some times though, especially if you want to get the perfect time points for a mission like this, but definitely not hold it at all times. Okay, I'm about halfway done with this mission. I still have to kind of go around this part of the island and get these rings. I love the way they actually set up this course because you actually cover like the entire island in this one ring course, which is kind of cool. Okay, we should be at the final stretch now. The only thing we'll really have to worry about at this point is the landing. So let's kind of slow it down a little bit. This might not be good. And that was okay for what it was. That's definitely not going to be a perfect landing, that's for sure. I probably got a nice impact score though. just not on the accuracy. Okay, yeah, I lost 5 points on accuracy, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and do the next one. Bullseye. Destroy the 3 missile targets, then land on the runway. Alright, we actually get to use the missiles in this one. So again, to fire missiles, all I have to do is hit the Z button. Or rather, you hold the Z button to get the crosshairs to appear. And then after you do that, you just line yourself properly with the target, and then fire. And that is how you do it. I kind of wish there was like a multiplayer mode in this game where you could actually use the missiles and actually, you know, try to fire at the other players, but... And I guess that would be too dangerous for an actual, like, flight simulation game. Well, I mean, yeah, they have modes like that in Star Fox, but in that game, like, the goal is pretty much to shoot down anything. In this game, it's more so, you know, actually, you know, shooting at targets, not actually at enemy machines or anything like that. But yeah, once you hit all the targets, gotta once again line up for the landing. Okay, this landing should be a lot better than the last one. Or I don't know, it's gonna be close. Okay, no, this is turning out badly. Okay, yeah, that was not very good. And if I get anything lower than an 85, I'll probably have to do this mission over again. Okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do that again, so... I'm just gonna go ahead and cut some footage out, and I'll see you at the very end of this mission. Okay, let us try to do this landing again. It really can be difficult to properly align yourself, especially since the wind can really be against you when you're doing the landing. You really have to measure the wind. And that should actually be pretty good right there. That should actually be a perfect landing, actually. And it was! Alright. Perfect landing, 100 points. Not bad at all. And we get a gold badge for our trouble. Okay, so I'm actually going to stop the video here. I know I still have about 2 minutes left, but I know for sure that I'm definitely not going to be able to fit this next mission in the next 2 minutes, so... Yeah, I'm just going to stop the video right here. This is SlimKirby, this has been Let's Play PilotWings 64. See you guys next time for when I actually start the Class B missions. Later, folks.